Hola, hola. All right. So today we are going to talk about one marketing mistake that I see solopreneurs make very often and how to fix it. All right. So I'll start by saying I've had by now 50 strategy sessions with solopreneurs in the past couple of months here. And I've had the opportunity to see some patterns and I've picked up on some patterns. And one of the things that I see a lot of entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, though, in particular, get stuck on is trying to figure out how to do things before they clarify what exactly they're actually trying to get done in the first place. And so a lot of the questions that I hear at the beginning of a call, I see like, hey, should I be posting on LinkedIn or TikTok or YouTube, or should I be on all the channels? Should I be posting every day? Right. Or on social, or is three a few times a week enough? Is my headline good? Is it clear? Or should I change up my headline? How's my website? If you can look at my website, maybe give an idea on that. Should I be using a CRM, and which one should I be using on should I be positioning myself as a me, like a solopreneur, or as a we, as a company, and a lot of other questions that are how related. And these are all of these and everything in this category. They're tactical questions that you do have to answer, but they can't really be answered until the strategy is really defined. Because one of my mentors, I should have this tattooed on me by now. One of my mentors just drilled into my head: tactics follows strategy, right? Trying to pick the tactics that you should be using without a crystal clear strategy is like asking Google Maps to like tell me what the best route is, but I'm going to give you like a really vague destination. And if you do that, what you end up with is you're going to be changing directions a lot. You're going to hit a lot of wrong turns. You're going to do a lot of backtracking. There's going to be some roadblocks that you clearly could have avoided that you're going to hit. More than anything, though, it's going to frustrate the living shit out of you, because you're going to be wasting your time. You're going to be wasting your energy. You're going to be starting over. And the solution to this is really getting crystal clear on your marketing strategy before you get stuck in the weeds trying to figure out how to implement it. So I'm going to give you, these are 5 questions that you should answer before you start worrying or overthinking all the tactical side of things. Okay. The first one is, who is your ideal client? Right. And most solopreneurs that I talk to, they know they need to define this, but committing to it is a very different story, because committing to it, it's easier said than done, because it means saying no to opportunities. And when you're working on getting clients, saying no to money, saying no to clients, especially if you can help them, is a scary proposition. And it's even more scary if you don't have a pipeline of clients knocking on your door to work with you. But that feeling of security that you get by keeping all your options open is bullshit, really. Like, it's a false sense of security. It's FOMO. It's the fear of missing out. And what it ends up doing is you end up with generic messaging. You're like in all your content and all your marketing, you're hitting like these vanilla pain points. You're offering really unclear solutions or really commoditized solutions because you're talking to such a general audience. So it's not clear what you're actually selling, or what you are selling just looks and sounds like what everyone else is doing. Okay. Committing to an ideal client, a target audience, an avatar persona, however you want to frame it, committing to an ideal client market is uncomfortable and it takes discipline, but it pays dividends, right? When you can craft a message that you know is going to strike an emotional chord with your audience and your ideal client, it pays dividends. And you can't do that without knowing exactly who you're talking to. Okay. So the first question is, who is your ideal client? The second one is, what problem do they need solved? Do you know who you're talking to? But they've got to have a long list of problems. Everyone does. Let's assume this is a B2B type of situation. They have a business. Chances are they have more than one problem in the business. So which problem are you going to specialize in solving? Which one are you the best at solving? Which one is the most difficult to solve? Which one produces the most value? Or are you going to get stuck in this situation where you're just saying, okay, I have an ideal client and I'm just going to try to solve whatever problem they have at the time. But if you don't settle on a specific problem that you're going to help them solve, your marketing is going to be all over the place. And if you can't move your ideal client through the stages of from awareness, being aware of who you are, your brand and what you are, to being interested in what you're doing and what you do, that or to intent. So from awareness to interest to intent, if you can't move them through that, then it's going to be a challenge. Like you're going to be stuck talking to people that are not anywhere close to wanting to buy because they're not clear on what the hell you're selling anyway. So pick a problem to solve that positions you as an authority that is in your wheelhouse, applies to your superpower, something that boosts your credibility. So who's your ideal client? What problem are you solving? The third question I would ask here on the strategy side of things is, what's the result that they want or the result that they're expecting? So they've got a problem that needs solving. They also have this desired outcome in their head, and understanding that desired outcome is really critical to creating marketing that is going to actually get you results. Okay. He's a Theodore Levitt. I think it's Levitt. He was a Harvard Business School professor. And he used to say, people don't want buy a quarter-inch trail. They want a quarter-inch hole. Okay. That's the result. It's the outcome. That's what they want. And if you haven't clarified what the outcomes that your ideal client are looking for or is looking for, then you're going to get stuck talking about the mechanism, the way that you help solve the problem. And you're going to, instead of talking about the results that they really want, right? So you're going to get stuck talking on your sales calls or in your marketing. This is how we do a certain thing. And the thing is, people care less about the way that you solve it. They care more about getting the shit solved. They care less about buying the drill bit and more about getting the quarter-inch hole in their ball. Okay. The mechanism is important to you. What's important to them is the transformation that you're going to deliver, the quarter-inch hole in the ball. Okay. So positioning your message around the outcomes that they want is going to have a stronger impact than a message that's positioned around the tool or the process that you use to help them solve it. Okay. The fourth question is, what's the value of that result to them? All right. Whenever somebody makes a purchase, they want something to change. All sales is about change. Every single time, it's every single purchase. If there's no change to be had, there's no reason to spend money. And that's as true of buying a new car, or buying a new pair of shoes, or buying a consultant to solve a sales problem. And sometimes the value of what they're looking for or the results are fairly easy to quantify. And it's like when we help with large coaching programs, 8-figure coaching programs, with sales, it's fairly easy to measure what it sales to. We had a client move from $593,000 a month in sales to $1.004 million a month in sales in about 90 days after doing our sales audit. That's fairly easy to measure because you can see it on a sales report. Now, that's not necessarily true of every single professional service. Like not everyone's going to have a sales report, but you still want to understand what is the value of the result that you're delivering. What's the value of the money that they'll save by using your services? What's the value of the mistakes that they're not going to make by using your services? What's the value of eliminating those limiting beliefs so that they can get to new levels of their business or performance with your services? What is the value of more efficient processes, peace of mind, better sleep, healthier relationships, like whatever it is, what is the value of it? And when you understand the real value from their perspective, not from yours, of what they're getting and what those results mean to them, then the questions that you oftentimes get around your pricing and things like that are much clearer to answer when you really truly understand that. Okay. So what's the value? The fifth question I would ask from a strategy standpoint is like, why should this prospect that you're talking to, why should they hire you? You specifically. It's unlikely that you're the only person in the world that can solve this. So why should they hire you? And no doubt you're smart. No doubt you're experienced. No doubt that you're anxious to jump in there and do a great job and will give great customer service and take care of them and really care. No doubt. But a lot of other people are too. Like a lot of other people are smart, experienced, willing to do a great job, really give a shit. So why should they hire you and not them? Okay. And if you haven't crafted like something to position you uniquely or unique selling proposition or a handful of like objective, verifiable facts that differentiate you from your competitors, you can expect to get commoditized pretty quickly. Okay. And commodities are usually differentiated by price. When I talk to people in my coaching program, I'm oftentimes like I'm highlighting for my own unique selling proposition. I'm highlighting my experience as a solopreneur. I built from 0 to 40,000 a month, built my own fractional solopreneur business. I'm highlighting that I've been hired by the world's top business coaches to help them improve their sales. I highlight that I've held fractional and, full FTE, full-time employment roles as CEO, CMO, and CRO. So I have a unique insight from a sales and a marketing standpoint and a strategy standpoint. I highlight that I've been operating as an executive for private equity and a mentor for VC. And so I've had the opportunity to jump into different industries and work with different entrepreneurs in a lot of different perspectives. I highlight the repeatable framework that I've created that I know leads to better clients at higher rates, right? So I'm highlighting these things that are difficult, if not impossible, for somebody else to say. They can't say these things on their websites. It's what makes me unique. And if the question is, have you really articulated, taken the time to think through your positioning and clarify what makes you unique, why your ideal client should hire you and not some competitor? Okay. So those are 5 questions to help work to put strategy ahead of tactics. And if you're answering these strategic questions and questions like them, that's going to help you get unstuck. That's what's going to help you untangle this very confusing ball of tactical choices that are sitting in front of you. And it'll make all those tactical decisions a lot easier when the strategy is clear. I hope that's helpful. Adios. Thanks for watching. I really hope you got some value out of this. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button for me and subscribe to the channel for more of our content. And if you want to find out a little bit more about me and how we can help you build your business and grow sales, feel free to check out rayjgreen.com, RAY letter J, GREEN.com. Thanks again.